Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Break It Dawn.
Right.
Let's return to Arkemyr's vault and see if we can't make our way inside. Also, poor Arkemyr. He's gonna return home to see his security decimated. His entire house ransacked. And not just his vault, but his wardrobe too. Which I do feel a little guilty about. Based on the description for his robe, he did care for it and maintain it. But it's mine now. Who knows, it might sell for a pretty penny. As a result of careful tinkering, the gems set around this control panel glow with arcane luminescence. Place a clear crystal into the hole. The crystal settles into its intended depression with a soft click. The surrounding gemstones immediately flash with brilliant colored lights. Yeah, we'll examine them again, now that the translucent crystal is set. These gems are exactly like the ones referenced in the combination you discovered earlier. You already know what specific rotations and positions will open this lock. Now that the missing crystal has been inserted into the central panel, all that remains is to rotate the surrounding gems in the correct combination. This control panel is comprised of 4 colorful gemstones positioned around a single, clear crystal in the center. The 4 gems can be manipulated in a wide array of different configurations. Enter the combination you found. You rotate the gemstones into their intended configuration. The sound of grinding stone builds in volume as the door moves aside. Let's go take care of our level ups real quick. Athletics and insight for our main character. Okay, reviving exhortation. Paladins can command an unconscious ally to get back up with a large instant spike in health, while also granting the strong inspiration. However, the ally will lose half of the regained health after a short duration. It's not half, it's only a third. A liberating exhortation commands an ally to summon all their strength in order to temporarily ignore existing hostile effects, and also grants them the steadfast inspiration. Plus 5 to resolve. The hostile effects will resume once this effect ends. We get an upgrade for Zealous Aura. Exalted Focus also converts some hits to crits, 5%. Exalted Charge. Allies now also convert some incoming hits down to grazes, or misses if the attack cannot graze, 10%. And Exalted Endurance now also provides allies with a constant regenerative effect. A pretty good one too. 3 health per 3 seconds. Alright, then various defensive talents. So Iron Gut, resistant to Constitution afflictions. Clear Head, resistant to Perception afflictions. And Mental Fortress, resistance to Intellect afflictions. Inspired Path increases the Paladin's maximum zeal by 1. And Scion of Flame gain increased penetration with fire attacks, plus 1 penetration with fire attacks. Okay, so we're going to get 1 point in each tree. I assume that the Wizard tree will also grant us access to Scion of Flame. I'm going to grab Exalted Endurance here. I know that I'm currently using the Focus Zealous Aura, but we will make up for that later. Yeah, we'll get this to beef up our front line a little further. Because we're an illusionist, we lose access to half of the level 4 spells. Yeah, enchanting was definitely the way to go. I could grab Confusion here, or even Flame Shield. It might be worth grabbing some more fire spells since we're going Silent of Flame. So I might lean into that a little bit further as we go. Spell shaping. And these are all the penetration talents. Yeah, just grab Silent of Flame here. That'll boost Brand Enemy, Flames of Devotion, any other, fire attacks we unlock as we go. I am going to lean into the fire damage with my Paladin. Alright, Adair gets Athletics and Streetwise. Some new stuff here as well. Quick Switch reduces the recovery time penalty when switching weapons. Unstoppable, resistance to Dexterity Afflictions. Body Control, resistance to Might Afflictions. Tumbling, gain additional defense when or against disengagement attacks, plus 20. Weapon Specialization gives a damage bonus to the fighter's proficient weapons, plus 10%. I assume it goes up to 20? Only 5, so 15. And Fearless, resistance to resolve afflictions. We also unlock Charge. The fighter dashes across the battlefield in a flash, stunning anyone caught in their path. Vigorous Defense. The fighter becomes fiercely determined to deflect all incoming blows, dramatically increasing all defenses for a short time. Plus 20 to all defenses. Pretty solid. It's a pretty tough call. So with Penetrating Strike, we have a limited number of uses since it does cost Discipline, where this just lasts forever. So I think this is the better call. Let's grab that for the bonus damage, which will help overcome some of the damage resistance enemies have anyway, so. That seems really good. Alright, let's read everything first. Alright, so we have some upgrades to Escape. Shadowing Beyond. The rogue travels through the Beyond, appearing at a specific location and expertly avoiding the next attack. Afterwards, the rogue is temporarily invisible. Shadow Step. The rogue breaks engagement and expertly avoids the next attack, diving out of range to a specific location. Afterwards, the rogue's next primary weapon attack will paralyze their target. Withering Strike. The rogue aims for a vital area, weakening the target. Alright, Persistent Distraction. The rogue's engagement limit increases, and enemies engaged by the rogue are distracted. That just seems really good. Especially for Adair who's using a shield, so he can engage more enemies anyway. Adept Evasion. The rogue becomes especially skillful at dodging attacks, converting nearly all reflex targeting grazes to misses. And Tumbling we already read. A Finishing Blow also seems really good. But I mean, a Persistent Distraction effect also seems really good. These enemies are just always flanked. I mean, you can't... Oh, yeah, we're gonna go with that. Because then he can just go after the enemy's backline. And I don't have to worry about using his abilities to disable them in some way to proc the flanked condition. They're just naturally flanked. Alright, Arcana and Religion for Jody. Only 1 point. We're going to grab Practiced Healer. Increase the effectiveness of any healing you cause. And Aloth, Mechanics, and Bluff. We don't need that on him. I might just upgrade Crippling Strike. to give him more damage. Then we need to distract the target. Yeah, getting some raw damage on his attacks would be really good, so we'll get Arterial Strike here. Affected enemies will now also bleed when moving, taking raw damage with each step. They do have to move, though. Maybe that's not worth grabbing. Three Guile is very expensive. There is an argument to be made for Deep Pockets as well. Normally not a talent I care for, but he has that belt that gives him an extra potion. But I also like him to have all these summoning items that we find. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, there's potential for more raw damage here, and it still only costs 1 Guile. So we're going to grab this. I'm going to go with my gut on that one. And then here, access to new spells, of course. Honestly, spell shaping might be worth it here as well. But something like Wall of Flame would also be good. Or Confusion, just more crowd control in general. This might also be worth it. So summons 3 Writhing Tentacles. Summons a trio of powerful tentacles that cannot move, but can inflict crushing crow damage and immobilize anyone they hit. I don't think we've seen a lot of enemies, or any, that are resistant to crow damage. And that adds another damage type to our party. I don't think anyone else does crow damage either. Well, my main character does now that he has console hot spells. But Confusion might also be worth it, just for more crowd control. But my main character should pick that up at some point. I'm gonna go with this. Because we don't have a lot of crow damage.
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see what's in this vault. Also, how close is he to leveling up? Alright, so I'm assuming after we complete this quest, he'll level up.
I smell magic in the air. Or imp droppings. Or both.
So there are traps in here.
Nice and quiet.
I can see them with my cursor, but I can't actually see them. Do I have a way to boost my mechanics? Look at my pets real quick. Don't need sleight of hand. Perception bonus. Might be worth it. So many pets to go through. That's +1 perception. How much does the other one give us? +1. Okay. Honestly, Posse might be worth it for that fire damage bonus. To see how much it goes up. Yeah, +1 to all fire power levels. I want to check one thing real quick. Yeah, so keywords fire and keywords fire. Fantastic. Just want to make sure. Alright, so +1 perception is probably all we're going to get here. Go ahead and do that.
How may... Of course.
We'll reset our view. Oh, there's one like directly in front of us too. Do we have Thief's Putty? I thought about more of it. There it is. Let me just make sure that it does increase mechanics too, right? I think it's probably worth using here, since we can't spot these traps. Oh wow, we still can't see them.
Yes? Very well.
That is something, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, everybody, pull back. I'm going to trigger all the traps myself, I guess. Well, you know what? We could probably just avoid them. maybe that's the strategy instead. There's one here. We just walk around it, right?
Will do.
The dinnerware arrayed around the table is gleaming and polished. Not a speck of dust to be found anywhere.
It's... Yeah, sure.
Okay. Maybe we'll rest that off real quick. I don't need any of this, right? Can I just ale across the board, I think. Just to have something. I can't believe I can see them, but I can't actually see them. Now you guys need to hang back.
Huh?
There's none on this side. Alright, let's go and loot.
Huh? Sure.
Let me loot. Oh, there we go. Alright, there's the Harapo Epic. The stone tablet is much eroded after years of neglect. But the elegant Huana runes decorating its surface have endured for untold millennia. Though god-stricken skies should be through? Oh no, this is right. Alright. Though god-stricken skies and mile-high waves tossed my ship, my mind's compass never wavered from dear Ukaizo. When a splintered mast, such traitorous lumber, hit me across the brow, I was knocked into a vision of pearlescent shores. I awoke on black-watered seas of terrible calm, with no two stars paired in a familiar form. Paddling my wreck with makeshift oars, I came at last upon an isle where each neighbor spoke a different tongue. For all that I sailed in the years after, never again would my spyglass take in the peaks of wondrous Ukaizo. I sat up in bed, then of an age where the tears came unbidden, pondering where sleep had ended and dreams began. Rising to meet the sun, I found it still to be night, though a false glow ignited the shapely sky. An azure beacon stood up from the horizon, and familiar anthems filled my ears. It was then I spotted a ship, a lively crew of youths setting sail for their horizon, a frontier that had once been mine. To those shores I was a departing echo, but someone would find them again, someone worthy to alight on the sands of lost Ukaizo.
I've got it.
Ivory worm figurine. The small, finely crafted figure of a worm was carved from bone. Though the shape of it is crude, it is covered in ornate details, such as the scales upon its head and back, and the sharp teeth within its maw.
It's nothing. Right.
Oh hey, leveled up. Alchemy and metaphysics. Alright, let's grab a practiced healer here, because he does have a handful of healing spells. Rest again. I just don't want to hit 3 injuries with my main character. I don't know what happens if you get all 3 injuries. Maybe you can have 3 and on the 4th one, your character dies.
Huh? Sure.
Either way, not a risk worth taking.
I'll get it open. Will do.
A powerful enchantment keeps these gold bars weighted to the spot. I'm about to send Aloth in here.
I'm fine.
The statue of Onakaza the First wears a knowing smirk.
Subtle indeed.
Alright, just to be safe.
Oh?
Alright, that should be all of the traps triggered, right? Except for that one. But we don't need to go back over there. Now, these chests might also be trapped. But we can't spot them, just like the floor traps.
Subtle indeed. The work.
Okay, Cloak of Greater Protection. And Enegoth's Teachings. Ooh, a bunch of fire spells. So we'll probably give this to my main character since he has Scion of Flame. And most of these spells are evocation, so you can still cast them too. Or transmutation. Alright, so you can't cast Death Ring. Or Major Grimoire Imprint. Or Cloak of Death, but everything else you can cast. Including Nenegoth's spells. Which may be unique to this Grimoire as well. So congratulations on your upgrade. Now we'll keep this Grimoire on hand. What is that? In case we come across people that are, immune to fire damage, like the constructs. Gonna move some of this stuff around real quick. Yeah, a little happier with that. Alright, quick save again.
Indeed.
I'll see what I can do. The work. The work.
Stone of Power. +1 to intellect and grants Power Surge. +1 per rest. +1 to all power levels. The boost power level for the duration of the fight. What does he currently have equipped? Yeah, that's far better for him. Odd that it's not unique. Yeah, that's significantly better. I mean, +1 intellect is good.
I will give this.
How may I
But
help?
the other amulet does the same thing.
Subtle indeed. The work.
Oh, there's a trap. Cabalist Gambison. Or Kabbalist. Alright, so it's exceptional. Protective runes, +2 armor rating against spells. This armor is worn by a junior member of a secretive arcane society filled with infighting and betrayal. In the company of ruthless wizards, this enchanted gambeson offered a measure of security. Alright, and you get minus 10% hostile effect duration, plus 10% beneficial effect duration, and 10% chance to reflect against spells. All those seem pretty good to me, though this might be the best one. I guess it depends what buffs you have access to as well.
A moment. Perhaps a little rest is in order.
So I wonder if that's better for her. And Skyne's resentment is pretty good, but she has to be injured to get it. And she may not get injured. Oh, that's right. It requires Arcana to use scrolls. Let's compare this real quick. The slight armor, so it does increase your recovery time by 20%. But I'm sure she appreciates that a little more than having to wear skin. Also, it matches her hood, which we haven't found a replacement helmet for her yet. Yeah, I guess we haven't. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
Sure do like
Yes,
it.
I shall.
Alright, let's blow this popsicle stand. We can't turn this quest yet until we go to Serpent's Crown. Which I guess is next anyway. We should be done in Pariki's Overlook. I will go speak to Facina real quick, now that we've broken and entered into Arkemyr's place. Maybe she wants the key back. But she may not have new dialogue until after we complete the quest. If at all. But she's still a merchant and we have stuff to sell, so. Should probably swing by the tavern and rest, get a new buff.
Some of these fights we've been in, you've bailed me out more than once.
You'd do the same for any of us.
Don't tell, but I try harder for the ones I like better.
Yeah.
Good old Adair.
All right. Do you look for something in particular?
Alright, nothing new yet. Yeah, I don't think we really need this. Most of the illusion spells I'll probably pick up myself, plus my main character will never have access to these two levels regardless, so. And some of these we could probably sell as well. I'm not going to yet. Okay, but with that, we can upgrade. Alright, so I'm a little split. Should I upgrade Lathandria's Devotion to Sheltering Light? But I think it's just a fantastic effect. Let's have Nourishing Light. But it only, it's only at night. Yeah, Sheltering Light, way better. But we also have this. So we found the Luminous Audra Mantle. That's 5% resistance against spells. Which increases with the wielder's religion skill, which we've been putting all of her points into. I don't know how much it scales by. Is it 1% per point? I assume that's the case. Which would mean that she would get Where's it at? An extra 10%, so 15% total? If that's the scaling? I assume it's not 5% per point, because that'd be absurd, right? So let's go and do that, because I know she's not going to replace this. She's going to keep her sickle and lantern throughout the entire game. This might get replaced at some point. So, light up the Dawn Star. Now let's show me the effect on my companions. So it went up by 3%. With 10 points into religion. So is it like 30%, roughly? Or exactly, it's exactly 30%. That's a weird amount.
Yeah, sure thing.
But I guess 1% per point would be also very strong. Because resistance gives you a chance to just outright ignore a spell's effect. Alright, but I think we're done here for now. Let's head back to a tavern and rest. Make sure we have enough money to rest at a tavern. You know what? No. I'm going to call it here. Next episode, we'll go rest at a tavern, because we'll probably run across some random encounters on the way, just like last time. And I don't want it to devolve into that. So, I'm going to call it here. Next episode, we'll go to the Wild Mare, rest up, just for cheap. And then we'll head to the Serpent's Crown, finally. I'll double check the quest log, make sure we don't have anything else to do before we head there. But I think we're finally ready to go. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.